Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between WaN and Music. This game taking place here on Northern Isle. WaN spawning as the blue undead player over here on the bottom left hand side of the map. WaN will be facing the Music spawning over here on the top right hand side of the map as the yellow orc. Not quite sure. There we go, changing the colors around. The yellow orc on the top right hand side of the map. So Orc versus Undead in a 1v1 matchup. Things already getting underway here. Altar of Storms. There is that Orc Burrow waiting for either a Voodoo Lounge, a War Mill, or a Barracks to, predict what will be happening next. It is going to be a War Mill, so most likely will be Farseer Headhunters coming across, and we'll see if we go into Tier 3 eventually. I do expect that to be the case as well. Not going into Tier 3 generally means that those troll headhunters are a little bit too fragile. Death Knight coming in from WaN as expected. It is going to be a Farseer as predicted, as the Barracks is now coming into play. Let's go ahead and slow things down back to normal speed as the Farseer makes its presence known on the map. Good morning, everyone, for all of you guys based somewhere in in the Americas. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. If you guys are watching online through YouTube, well, thank you for supporting the channel. Definitely would ask you to consider liking the video and subscribing as well. If you've somehow stumbled across this video, WarCraft 3 must be a game you enjoy anyways. And well, I hope you guys enjoy my casting here as WaN now clears out this 5-4-4 creep camp and will quickly be able to reach level 2. Farseer using those headhunters to effectively clear out the remainder of these green creep camps here. Death Knight will actually be further ahead in the experience race, as using that Rod of Necromancy early on does spawn up a decent sized army. There it is, level 2 on that Death Knight, and already with that Unholy Aura moving out across the map. There goes a little Murloc there. Farseer sitting at, well, level 1 still does have a lightning shield and could play some very nasty evil tricks with some Spirit Wolves and lightning shield. We'll see if that is going to be the case here. Farseer, if it actually got that one, got a lightning shield and Spirit Wolves early against anyone who tries to mine in a single file line, orc or human, well, a lot of damage could be done. WaN already very much ahead here on the experience race and now racing out across the map. Meanwhile, we're looking at a level 2 Farseer who's trying to hunt down where that Death Knight could possibly be. And, well, WaN is dodging the Farseer without even really consciously trying. That is a little bit of a craziness. Are you going to cast another 4v4? I have a 4-player all the randoms FFA if you want. I don't know if I want those. 4v4s are fun to cast occasionally, but to try and figure out what the overall strategies are gonna be, and yeah, like I know they're fun to watch, and they're just so chaotic. Trying to predict the strategies as well is, well, absolutely mind-blowing and very difficult to do. We are looking at that Troll Warlord getting taken down, and it is going to be a Book of the Dead. So a Book of the Dead early on, a high powerful consumable item, bringing out 3 skeletal minions and 3 skeletal archers here into the battle as the Farseer now comes across. There's a Chain Lightning racking up a little bit of damage, trying to pick off some of those ghouls. All right, are we going to see a ghoul getting taken down? Yes, ghoul does get taken down. Farseer getting a little bit more experience as the battle's still raging on. Ensnare going down onto a headhunter here. Farseer trying to get a surround onto that Death Knight. Death Knight still engaging in the battle here. Are we going to see another blast onto that headhunter down to 101 hit points? There's the Death Coil. It does get taken down there. Meanwhile, the Trapper actually joining in a little bit of that damage there. The Death Knight didn't have enough damage to finish off with a Death Coil, but the Trapper had thrown 1 spear in the back, or 1 javelin, I should say, because you shouldn't throw spears, right? They're javelins. Able to get that headhunter below 100 hit points. Hello, everyone. Nice seeing home of XP after 4 years, though. Yeah, that is true. All right, Death Knight looking to get that little last bit of experience gets denied. That was a bit of denial right there. Finally, level 3 on that Death Knight. Farseer hoping to get in a little bit more damage, but a new round of ghouls will be coming across, and that is going to be a problem as we see Claws of Attack +9 now dropped. Death Knight gets the experience, Farseer gets the item, and that could be a big enough deal there as the Farseer wants to finish off, perhaps taking down those units, but the skeletal minions are getting in the way. Farseer trying to chase down some of those units there, but still getting tripped up as we're looking at a little bit of damage there. Are we going to see one more bolt? No, we are not. And the Death Knight, well, able to retreat all the way back home. Hey, Burrow Rush, how are you doing? I see more than 2 people talking in chat, so a little bit confused by the viewership numbers, either 2 or 0 according to my XSplit, so that's always a little strange. Tauren Chieftain coming back around. Lich now already out on the battlefield as well. Level 3, level 1 going up against a level 2, level 1. Tauren Chieftain opted for Endurance Aura first, and who's going to be getting the experience here as WaN now comes across, putting in a bit of pressure. Lich is going to be coming in from the side here, maybe able to get off a Frost Nova onto some of those Headhunters, and then suddenly that will expose many of those units to within Death Coil range. There's a Frost Nova, Death Coil, not necessarily in that order to pick off one Headhunter now. Farseer looking to still pick off some of those additional units. These summoned units from the Book of the Dead should be coming to an end as we're looking at the units trying to wander around the side here. Death Knight going to finish off another Headhunter again, but that is denied. Lich only with a little bit of experience as the Lich now down to 133 hit points, able to get a 400 hit point heal and stay alive. Meanwhile, more damage racking back up, 30 supply compared to 37. WaN has the larger supply count. Meanwhile, Music is continuing to just rack up a little bit of damage on all of these trailing units once again. Tech to tier 3 is nearly done. We should be going into Berserkers right after this, but how many Headhunters can he hold on to is the question at this point and stage in the game. All right, more Headhunters are joining in on the battle. More of those other smaller units are going to get into position here, and this Headhunter trying to block accidentally staggers his own partner there as we are looking at more skeletal minions getting taken down. All right, Death Knight down to 500 hit points. He'll be able to retreat back. Lich back out on the battlefield. Does not or should have enough mana for a Frost Nova here, but doesn't have that many targets to try and hit as of yet. Death Knight still going after this one low hit point Headhunter down to 271. There's a Frost Nova. There's a Scroll of Speed, and the Death Knight could try and land a Death Coil, but knows that if he tried to launch a Death Coil right then and there, it would have been the death of him, as the animation would have been enough of a slowdown for him to end up getting surrounded by the Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer. A little bit of break in the action as WaN now retreats back. Gonna have an army of ghouls alongside that Death Knight and that Lich as they make their way out onto the battlefield. Farseer now at level 3. Tauren Chieftain needs to get to level 2 as we are now looking at Raiders joining in on the battle as well. Farseer, where is it going? Wanders around the wrong way, now taking a little bit of additional damage. Lich does not do a Frost Nova there, and well, that negative armor really eating away at that Farseer's overall hit points. Farseer trying to rack up a little bit of damage on the back here as the Tauren Chieftain just wants to get to a higher level. And well, it looks like Music is trying to taunt WaN to chase him. And what are we going to end up seeing is that he's going to realize that this is the case and now try to chase after the Tauren Chieftain. We see a couple of ensnares go down as well. Level 3, level 1, level 1. A good stomp to try and slow things up a little bit as the Tauren Chieftain now able to sneak back away. The Berserkers have been upgraded. The Farseer now going to be coming back down to the south here. Are we looking at a third hero? No, we are not, as the Tauren Chieftain could be in trouble. Does buy a potion of healing, able to stay alive temporarily, but it could still take quite a bit of damage. All right, Tauren Chieftain down to 287. The Berserkers are trying to engage. Headhunters are, well, lobbing those javelins against all of those ghouls and keeping them at bay. Dark Ranger as that third and final hero, silenced to shut down the Tauren Chieftain and that Farseer, as well as the units are making their rounds around the map. Dark Ranger gonna go after this 655 creep camp. There's a little bit of damage there. Well, are they gonna be coming around the corner? That is the question. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain really needs to get up to level 3 and then also needs to do a good job at dodging the Dark Ranger's silences in the upcoming battle. There are still a large number of ghouls out here on the battlefield, and if those ghouls are easily picked off, well, that opens things up against all of the remaining units, but it really comes down to stomps to be able to finish them off quickly. I'm better than Dota, thank you. Nice positioning dance by both.
A player's forces are under attack.
All right, coming back down to the south here. Magnetar Reaver going up against all of these units here. Ghoul is going to try and do a quick surround. Well, nope, Ghoul actually purposely backing away. WaN finding the right moment to back away with that Ghoul, taking down the Magnetar Reaver, picking up, well, a Legion, a Doomhorn. Why the heck not? Coming back around here, Lich sitting now at level 2. And it is interesting to note that we have 2 level 3 heroes going up against a level 3, a level 2, and a level 2. The Death Knight nearly at level 4. That level 2 Unholy Aura would make a big difference here as we now see some larger wolves coming out to engage. Destroyers are going to be out. They're going to quickly devour some magic here as a Furball Shaman should easily end up getting taken down, only down to 81 hit points. A giant stomp now going down against, well, the Lich, as the Tauren Chieftain does have a potion of invulnerability, uses a potion of healing earlier on there and still battling it out. Shadowhunter out here onto the battlefield. He does have Hex. There is another stomp going down as well, and both sides are suffering quite a bit of losses here as the Destroyer down to 70 hit points gets taken down finally. All right, another Destroyer still up and operational. Tauren Chieftain gets in another giant stomp across multiple units as the Destroyer tries to absorb more mana, and now the Obsidian Statue is gone. So only 2 Destroyers up, no Obsidian Statue to try and heal as the Destroyer is turning things around and trying to, well, and finish off the remainder units of this army. Who's going to actually lose out first? That is the question as the Tauren Chieftain currently silenced. Tauren Chieftain still backing around, trying to engage one Raider down to 76 hit points. Deathcoil will find its target and take it down. Kodo Beast also going to get taken down as we see WaN with a 48 supply advantage compared to 33. 3 heroes versus 3 heroes. 4-2-2 versus 3. No, 4-2-2 versus 3-3-1. The level 1 Shadowhunter now backing away here, and this creep camp down to the south was not finished. That Shaman down to 117 hit points will, well, hold that position there. WaN actually being the first one to try and set up an expansion down to the south here. Meanwhile, off to the north, the Tauren Chieftain going to clear out this Tuskar Trapper creep camp, perhaps try to set up a tiny Great Hall. Nope. Do not see that item anywhere to be seen, or nowhere. That item's nowhere to be seen, even though we are at Fortress. Music has been behind consistently in terms of supply throughout this matchup, and still trying to overcome a bit of deficit, even though he does have a current upgrade advantage 1-1 compared to 1-0. All right, the Berserkers using that Berserk Frenzy, or being able to attack much more quickly. Shadowhunter is sitting here at level 2. Meanwhile, the Undead soon will be getting up to level 3 on that Lich and on that Dark Ranger. And that is going to change things dramatically for WaN, allowing for easier blasts as well. The Obsidian Statue, well, extremely powerful here. Where are we going to be going next? Farsi are going to try and come in for an engagement, perhaps try and take down some of these units. The triple Destroyers in the air. Troll Batrider is going to try and make their way over. Their ends justify the means, taking down one of those Destroyers already as we see Silence coming back across. Tauren Chieftain is silenced as well. You just can't see it beneath his giant health bar as the units are trying to retreat back once more. Units still trying to retreat back again. There's a little bit more damage coming back again as we see a Deathcoil saving up one of those Destroyers. Tauren Chieftain in that front line, not using Stomp for some strange reason. There's a Stomp. Kodo Beast needs to eat a target. No real reason for him not to be eating anything right now as we see more Devour magic coming back on through. Destroyers are right there. Tauren Chieftain trying to chase after some of those targets. Farseer quickly gets burst down. Shadowhunter is going to fall as well, and that is going to be the game. WaN taking early control of the game as Music was trying to do a bit of harassment, but, well, WaN never faced the Music early in that matchup, and allowing WaN to take a little bit of an experience advantage. Once the experience advantage was gained, he just kind of rode that through the rest of the match and was able to come out ahead with the win. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's take a look at these stats here because I know people like to see those stats. All right.